Hey friends, welcome back to Bitfumes. I'm your host Sarthak and you can also call me Ankur. In this episode, we are going to learn about many things like forms, validation, migration, model, blade, everything we have learned, but we are going to implement all that things. Okay, so in this episode, I have just created a small project called to-do list, and this idea came from our user. I think his name is Mashad Zaid, and thank you Mashad for giving me that idea. Actually, he has given me an idea to create a big project, but I will create a big project after completing all the small stuffs. But before that, I will just create a small project so that it include all of these things. So let's start this project, and this project will be in two parts. So this is first part. In the first part, we are going to do these things like all these layout page, resource controllers, migration, model, and in the second part we will do all the validation, saving data to database, errors. Okay, let's start layout page, and we have to use Bootstrap. So I will just create a folder, and inside that folder I will create app.blade.php file, and this is blade. Okay, app.blade.php file, and I will say html5, and this is to do lists, and here I will say container, and inside that container I will say row, and again container spelling is wrong, container. Okay, inside this I will say section, and section name is body, and here I will say show. As we are using Bootstrap, we have to include Bootstrap CDN files. So here is that CDN file. This is link tag. You can just Google Bootstrap CDN and you can land on this page. Okay, so here will be CSS and this script tag, and here will be the script tag. So our app.blade.php is ready. So I will just comment out that so that I will get the idea that this is done. Now I have to create a resource controller, and you know how to create a resource. So I will go to my command prompt and I will say php artisan make controller. Controller name is to do controller controller, then resource, hit enter, and it will create the resource controller. And where is the controller? App http controller, and here is the controller, and you can see all these things are created because of the resource controller. Okay, so resource controller is done, and along with this I will just go to web.php so that I can create a resource controller. So just type here route and resource controllers route, and I will say to do, and after that the controller name, and controller name we know that to do controller, and semicolon, and it's done. Now home page. For home page I will just go to do folder in the view folder, and I will say home.blade.php. Here I will just extends what? Layout.app. So I will say section, here I will say body, and here I will just, obviously we have to end section. So here I will just create a margin by br tag, and I will say call lg4 and hit enter, and just call lg offset 4. Okay, and here I will say to do lists, and just check all these things. So for that I have to go to my to do controller, and in the index function I will just return this view, and view name is to do dot home, and semicolon. Go to my server and hit enter, and it will say an error. Okay, the problem is we have to type here to do and hit enter, and here is this is to do list. Okay, and I have to create a UI list so that I can show the lists. So for that I will go to Bootwatch, and here you can see all of the components of Bootstrap. So here list group, I will copy this, I will just paste here and just refresh that page, and you can see this is here. This is not at the center, so just wrap this with center tag and hit enter, and yes, it's at the center. Okay, this is not in our project, so just delete these two and also this span. This is correct, so this is first item. So this is first item, yeah, this is first item. But to create a new list, I must have a button which will be like class btn info, and I will say add new, and yes, here is the button, and this button will forward me to todo/create. Okay, so here is todo/create because we does not have anything, so just quickly create that create.blade. So we have completed this, and we want to create a page of create page. So in the to do folder I will just say create.blade.php, and likewise extends, we know that, layout.app and section and end section, and section name is body. Inside that section I will just again give a margin, and after that h1 tag which says create new item for to do list, and I will just wrap this inside a div so that I can give perfect margin. Okay, so I will again say class, and I will just copy all these things from here, copy paste, and this is inside this, and like this, good, and just see create page. So for that we have to just connect this page to our controller. So return what view name is todo.create and semicolon. And now when I go to create page by clicking add new button, and it will land me on the create. It become very large, so just cut something from this. So just create new item. Yes, create new item. Okay, and create new item we have to give a form, and again for the forms I have to go to the Bootwatch, and here in the Bootwatch I have this form, and I will just copy all these things, and after that I will delete unnecessary things. So just paste, and I does not need, I will delete cancel button, and now just see the result. Okay, and this label I will also delete. What's that label? Here is the label, and now delete, and delete this also, and make it a success button, and make it inside, and delete this form group, and for that I will just say a br tag. Okay, rows will be 5, and that's good. Okay, so we have successfully created the create page. Okay, so I will just give a back button which will say to do. Okay, and here I will say class btn info, and say back. We have to make this is working properly. Okay, so we have successfully created this page, create page. We have successfully created a form, so comment these all things, and now the CSS field. Okay, So I have already told you about CRSF field, but for now I will just give you a quick info that CRSF field is just the cross-site reverse forgery, and this will protect you from any malicious activities on your website, so that not other person will submit a request on behalf of you. Okay, here I will say CSRF underscore field, and just check this by going to create page and view source, and you can see here it's a hidden field, hidden input field, and which has the value of this random something, and this is the actually the CSF token. And this token, if this token is mismatched, then your form submission will be cancelled out. Okay, so this is very good practice to keep this CSRF field in your project. Let's check what we have completed. We have completed CSRF field. Now the form action will be what? For the form action, okay, we have to submit this form, and actually we have to store this form. So let's just see the routes we have created. For that we can type php artisan route list, and here you can see that to store, where is the store? Here is the store. To store data into the database, you will go to this function inside the to-do controller by going to the same to-do route with post method. Okay, when I go from get method, it will go to index page, and what that index page is, and that index page is this. But when I go to to-do URL with post method, then it will give me to this store function of that to-do controller. Okay, so this is the difference between these two to-do URL. Okay, so I will just say here in the form action, I will say to do, and before that backslash. Okay, and obviously method is post, as I just show you. Okay, so we have completed the action and method part of that form. Now the migration, and we have done the migration, so I will just quickly create the migration and just see what the migration have. Migration just have a body, so just name this text box body and nothing else. Okay, so we have to create a migration, so I will type php artisan make migration, and migration name is create to do table, and we can create to do table, but we have to create obviously model also. So for that I will just say make model, and here model name is to do, and with that I will just say dash and m. What this dash m will do? This dash m will create a migration for this to do model, and this will create a migration for to do table. Okay, just hit enter, and you will see model created successfully and created migration also. So here you can see that inside this app folder you see this model, and inside that database and migration you can see here this is the to-do list, and our table name is to do's. Okay, so we want to have a field called body, and this will be just a string because items are small. Okay, so I will just close this and see what will remaining. This will done. So we have to create that table. For that I will say php migrate, hit enter. There's an error. What that error is? Okay, because my server is not started, I will just start my server. Okay, now my server is started, and just repeat this command, and yeah, the table is created. For that I will just go to my server, that means phpMyAdmin, and this Laravel database. You can see here the to-do table is created with just three things. What that three things is? one is id, that is body, and the timestamp. Obviously this timestamp is created at and updated at. Okay, so let's go, and we have completed all these things in the first half of this to-do list mini project, and we will meet in the next part where we will do all these things. So stay tuned and keep watching. This second part will coming very soon. Okay, so before going, please subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and please share this video with your developer friends, and keep watching Bitfumes and keep supporting by subscribing, commenting, sharing, anything you can do. And thanks for your comments, thanks for your request. If you have any problem in this episode, just feel free to comment me, and if you have any problem related to your project, any project, I will here to help you. Just comment me and I will surely help you. Okay, so we'll meet in the next part. Okay, bye.